Welcome to Manifest Mowing, guys. I'm Jay Morgan. Let's make the vision a reality. Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to focus on 3 things I learned after my first year that would sped up my learning curve, made me way more profitable, and caused me way less stress and frustration. Now, like I said, I figured these out towards the end of my first year, and I implemented them after that. But see, I'm giving these to you guys, so maybe you could just skip that all together and get right to the action. So guys, stay tuned. These are in no particular order. Let's get right into it. So number 1, I would not offer discount services to build up my business. Let me tell you guys what I'm talking about. When I first started off, guys, I did a lot of marketing under the banner affordable lawn care. I did signs, I did flyers, I did Craigslist ads, Facebook ads. It was for affordable lawn care, affordable lawn care, affordable lawn care. And see, what that did is I got my phone ringing, I got it buzzing, but that's not the clientele that you want long term. The point being is it's hard to establish a clientele base when you're trying to get people that's looking for the cheapest price possible. Because what's going to happen is, guys, when you go to up and raise your prices because you realize you came in too low and you need to make a little bit more profit to cover all your expenses, these are going to be the first customers to drop you. The reason being is because they came to you in the first place because they were looking for the cheapest price possible. So they'll drop you for that, number 1. Number 2 is they might drop you before then. In my experience, guys, the people that's looking for the cheapest, they're serial quoters. What I mean by that is, if you go by and talk to them about doing their lawn, they're like, oh yeah, you're like the 10th guy I've had come by this week. And see, what they do is they just call guys and they're always looking for the cheapest price. So if they find somebody to do it for $2 cheaper, guess what? You're gone. And what that's going to do, that's going to mess up your business rotation. Because if you're starting off, you just get started, you got what, 10, 15, 20 customers. Now you're trying to put them on a weekly basis or 10-day rotation or bi-weekly rotation. And see, after that 15, 20, 8 of them, it's going to be time to cut the lawn like a month from now. And they're going to tell you they don't need the services anymore. And the reason being is because they found somebody that was 75 cents cheaper and they replaced you with him. So what I like to do, guys, is my clientele isn't set up on people looking for the cheapest price. Like my clientele now, and it took some time to set up off of relationships. A lot of customers I have, they're not looking for the cheapest price. They're looking for good quality things. It's like that with everything they purchase. They're more focused on relationship and getting quality out of whatever it is that they pay for. And they'll pay a little bit more to get what they want versus finding the cheapest bargain basement. So I hope that helps out. Number 2 is going to be, I wish that I'd known about the secondhand market a little bit sooner than I did. What I mean by that is I always do about Facebook Marketplace. I always do about getting used equipment. When I first got in, guys, like I had a bunch of secondhand stuff that was practically almost free. It was so cheap. Some of it was free. And I was so focused on upgrading, like, oh, in 6 months or a year, like I'm going to get me a brand new mower. I'm going to get a brand new this, brand new that. And I was so focused on that, guys. There was a lot of opportunities in front of me where if I just been looking on the marketplace, where I could have got deals and not had to wait 6 months, a year to get a bigger mower. I really could have got it in 2 months because my overhead was so low. But what I did buy my first self-propelled mower, guys, it was a Craftsman. I bought it brand new from Lowe's. I spent like $430 with it. And anybody that's been doing this, you know, for a little under $500, guys, I could have got a decent lawn tractor. I can show you guys some right here. I could have got a decent used zero-turn mower for just another $150 more. I could have got a 30-inch self-propelled mower. There's a lot of stuff I could have got with that. That would have been really, really beneficial to me at the beginning. But I didn't know, so I ran with what I had. Just look at some of these deals right here, guys. Like I said, for under $1,000, you don't have to wait a year. But in my mind, I was thinking, all right, I'm gonna need good $400 or $500 for a good self-propelled mower, a new one. Like when I do upgrade to a zero turn, I'm gonna need at least $3,000 to $4,000 for that. And guys, you don't need that at all. But like I said, I learned, and I'm trying to pass this on to you guys. Number 3, I wish I'd known about the tool rental center. See, when I got started, guys, I didn't have a lot of customers. So I was doing a lot of backyard cleanups, and I was doing this marketing on Facebook. And I was doing some other forms of marketing for this. And see, I'll show you some photos of that footage right here. Now see guys, all I had was a push board and a string trimmer, and a lot of this stuff I was doing with attachments I would do on my string trimmer, like the brush cutter or the hedge trimmer. And I just gotta knock this stuff down. And some of these jobs like would take 7, 8, 10 hours. I might do 4 or 5 one day, 4 or 5 the next day. But if I know what I know now, and these jobs are charging between like $600, almost $1,000 for them, and you can look at them and see why. But if, like I said, if I know what I know now, guys, I just went to the tool rental center. I could have rented a brush cutter. Yeah, it might have cost like $200, but I could have got the job done in 2 hours instead of 7 hours. And I could have been on to the next job. Or I could have rented a commercial brush cutter instead of using my attachment, a handheld one, or a commercial hedge trimmer, or any of these tools they have here, which would have sped up the process of me getting the job done. But I didn't know at the time, but I know now. So that's a resource that I use all the time. But it took me about a year until I found out. So in hindsight, guys, if I could go cut out all the discount marketing, those customers are not going to be long-term, and it's hard to build a business off of them, number one. Look into the secondhand market for equipment from the very beginning. That'd be number 2. And if you start off like I did, you don't have that much equipment, just got a basic setup. Guys, when you have big jobs, rent what you don't have and just add it into the price of the job. I got a whole video about tool rental. Got a whole video about that. But those are the 3 tips in no particular order. But I wish I'd known year 1 would have sped up my learning curve tremendously, helped me grow at twice the pace I did. But I'm grateful for the pace that I went at because I learned a lot. So guys, I'm just passing this on to you. I hope it helps you out. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you on the next one.